Hi everyone, we're live at Epic headquarters. Everything's all crazy. I'm here with Steve and Adam Wood and Chris Kay, who star of Stage and Screen. We just found out he was an Oliver Twist. So we haven't been here in a really, really long time. The last time we were supposed to be here, GDC was happening, so we're hosting GDC on our Twitch channel. So here we are. Last week we had Zacubus was here, and he looked at Frostbite's the mod that he's working on, like Freeze Tag, which is
mods,
really,
I guess,
yeah, they're super fun.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you can go check out the VODs for that, and I will remind you later to make sure you go to Zacubus's YouTube channel. I'm sorry, his Twitch channel, and check out the VODs for his stream last week. So first up, we are going to talk about new build.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about, not the website?
Okay, new website. So we have the new website up. Jim Brown and Jan here have been working super hard getting the new website up at UnrealTournament.com. I think it's the same on the main page, but when you go to the blog, it's going to look a little different. We do have a few issues with it, and so we're working those out. There's some redirect problems and stuff, so we're going to get those worked out. And also the forums, they have a few issues too. With some of the posts, sometimes if you click on a link, it will take you to the wrong place. So we're going to work on it. We'll get it fixed, and it looks cool. So make sure you tell Jim how much you love it. All right.
And new build. So we have a build almost, hopefully, coming tomorrow. If everything goes well, we're trying to make sure that we don't have any last-minute issues that
New build come tomorrow.
that make us hold off a little bit longer. But looking pretty good. This build has a couple of new things that they'll be very visible players that we're going to talk about over the next few minutes, and then also just a lot of bug fixes and small improvements. I think also, in addition to the stuff we're going to be talking about, we've made some improvements to the CTF HUD with like off-screen flag icons, and we actually show, like, if your team's flag carrier, we actually show you an outline, so it's easier to track him. For your own team. So a few things. There's a mini map that you can. It's on by default, but you can turn it off. So we're just trying out a few new elements to help people orient themselves in CTF. Shoot, I changed. I'm on the wrong page. Let's see. I'm not going to talk about some character visibility
iPad?
tweaks. For movement. And I turned on the using basically you move as if you're a cylinder rather than a capsule now. Mostly, it works great. There are a couple of known issues, like with getting, you can get hitched up. If there's a wall that has a small slope up against it, you can sometimes get snagged on that. So there's a few things we still need to fix, but overall it seems like a good change. But I'm definitely interested in feedback.
Yeah, I am
problems
really interested in hearing feedback on that one.
Yeah. Let's see, other stuff. Turns out that for the last year and a half we have not had death sounds. So when people died, you actually never heard them die. So we now have death sounds.
So I'm going to sound like a dude when I die.
I think we actually have male and female
Really?
voices. Well, when we put the.
Excellent.
I hope so. I believe so.
I'll
And actually,
let you know.
even if you when you feign death, you also make a death sound just so you can really sell your feign.
Don't
so-
do that
Like a
for
Hollywood
Pete.
death sound. Like, oh.
Yeah. We should just have the
Pete
the one-
Neppley in his face.
the Wilhelm scream. There should be our own.
Oh, there it is.
I guess that's it, except for the two things we're going to talk about. So the other, I guess the big things with this build both are the things we're going to chat about in this stream, and then also we're getting this build out now because we're actually updating our engine version to the current engine version, which is really great. But we wanted to make sure we had a good build out before we did that. We expect now with the new engine to get some real performance improvements because the engine team's been
excellent.
working hard on optimizing, and it also makes it easier for us to stay up to date with getting all the social features working right and everything, getting us back on by being back up to where the main engine development is. So that's gonna be really cool. That'll be one of the main things of next month's build is being on a new engine version. So far, we've just made the transition and it's going pretty smoothly. So hopefully it won't be delayed, but and. We're also doing a lot of gameplay prototyping right now. That's actually in this build if you look for it, but not really ready for prime time. And hopefully by next month we'll have a very early not really ready for prime time, but ready for people to at least play around with and give us some feedback.
Is this the one that we're playing around with
Yeah.
sometimes?
Well, one of those. It's either going to be that, or there's a couple other variants that we need to start. We also need to test. So hopefully.
Excellent.
We can, yeah.
Excellent. So
So who's
tomorrow,
I hope. I think so. I do not want to have to.
we
Fix more
can't
bugs.
we can't ever promise anything. Just like the website, things
Well,
happen.
the thing is,
things happen.
we get the bills to you as soon as it's humanly possible, and so
We just can't know. Like we could say no, it'll be next week, and then we could definitely hit that. But I'd rather try to get it out tomorrow. So.
Okay, awesome. We have a couple surprises, don't we? So it's been like so long since before the show came out. You know, it was a long drought of no new content, and here we are with 2 new levels to talk about today. And the first one is a Chris K level,
which means something.
which means
it's
something.
crazy.
I mean, since he is star of stage and screen, then it's gonna be kind of nuts. So we played this level a few weeks ago, and there was much screaming, much laughing, much laughter. This is just like old school fun, silly UT stuff, and we absolutely had a blast with it. And it's called
BioTower.
Yeah.
BioTower.
Just to interject, Chris is actually a not full time on UT. We wish he was.
Oh yes, we do
But
wish he was.
it's great that he comes in and contributes lots of great stuff. He made Volcano,
Volcano?
which is one of the really cool large scale CTF maps, and you've made other
Reminiscent
maps.
of the original
Vortex and Column, which is
Yeah.
just a little
Yes,
crazy fun
so-
map as well.
So this
The
is kind of
column is the map that
and-
everyone swears about when they
Yeah, and this is great. I mean, I think really part of UT's DNA has always been the cool, fun gimmick maps.
Yep.
And so.
just
I
to
guess
just
we'll
to lighten things up a
Yeah.
little bit. So
Yeah, exactly. Just iterating on what he said. Some of the most fun experiences I had, in lots of multiplayer games are just crazy, insane maps.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the competitive stuff as much as anybody else, but sometimes you just got to let loose and have some fun,
Yep.
like go crazy. So this really was born from an experience I had with the bio rifle. Just was so fun having a duel with the bio rifle, trying to get each other, because it slows the game down in a way, because it's not so easy to hit with that. So then I went off and I'm like, I want to make a map, but I don't just want to make a shell. I actually want to make a finished, an actual finished arena. So this idea was born. Strange way to build it too, because I actually started with meshing, which is normally a no-no, but because it was such a small space and I just wanted to have fun, I literally just started with all the models.
here it is.
And this is literally what it is. So I'm just going to run around and give you guys a demo. So it's a bio themed arena. Obviously, just about every gun you'll find around here is a bio rifle, and obviously it's designed for long hauls and trying to get each other. It's a very simple layout, very small, very compact, and I'll just give you guys a basic run around here on the ground floor. So lots of spawn points. I'll head to that in a second. I'm just going to go all the way around the center here, and then I'll show you what happens. So there are some cool pickups here, which are very useful. Some armor and things like that to give you a little bit of an edge. And even more of a gimmick, I have this corridor, and at the end of the corridor I have a rocket launcher, which in this map is hugely awesome. And it can really, make you badass. But every,
getting
periodically,
back there.
these things happen, and if you touch any of these, you're pretty much a goner. They come after you, right? So you really have to be careful when you head down that corridor. So I'm gonna just go and show you how you do it like a pro. Oh, okay, I didn't expect that. Here we go, quick. Okay, so I'm out. So now I have the rocket launcher.
So now you give them all the secret.
It was chasing me. Right. So in the center of the arena, we have this big pit down here. And I have the U damage and some health. And this is, whoa, I didn't mean to do that. But this is goo, and that will really hurt you. It will almost kill you instantly. So it's like a death pit with a reward. At the top of the level, I actually have a shield belt. So
This is where Pete Nub trolls.
Yeah. You can actually come up the top here and you get your shield belt. You can run around the side, and the only rocket ammo in the level here. So this is pretty powerful up here if you can get up. But it's also very easy to die because you just launch a big goo ball right at you from here. And there's some drop downs, so you can just all the way around. So I mean that's basically all it is. Just a bit of fun. What's actually really cool I found is you can use the weapon mutator to swap any of these for any other gun in the game.
Right.
So you can have rocket launcher, sniper, and you can turn it into just about anything you want. But of course it's themed around the bio goo, and it wouldn't be a demo without dying in the goo. So there we are.
Beautiful.
Not much left of me, but Yeah, so that's
Great
Biotower.
difference.
Just a fun little simple arena. Yeah, that's pretty.
And I don't
much-
think people are going to swear as much as they do when they play Column. So.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
It's a lot of fun. We played it quite a few times during our play test, and everybody was just laughing really hard and having a good time with it. Pete trolled in this thing. He put goo on the lips. He put goo down here.
Yeah.
So yeah, playing
you
with
can-
Pete was a lot of
You
fun.
can be pretty sneaky like this, you know. put
Yes,
some goo
exactly.
there,
That's-
and then
he
people
did
come
that
up
too.
And it's not going to end well. Oh.
And you can use it to your advantage too, because you can just put it on places where people really want to go, like on the
there we
down
are.
there. There they
That's
are.
actually cool too. So basically, when the U damage spawns, actually some goop spawns down there as well. So you either have to clear that, and it just creates this interesting little. Oh, okay. I did that.
Awesome.
Yeah, there we are.
I love that new death animation.
Cool.
So very cool. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's fun.
When are we gonna see this? Do you know?
I think that's a
It's in the
question,
new
but-
build.
It's in
There
the
we
news.
are.
So it's tomorrow.
So
Yeah, so
yeah, so
exciting.
you can play. We'll play tomorrow. Definitely gonna get on and play this one with you guys. So yeah, it looks great. So next, since we're in here,
Yep.
Adam is going to talk a little bit about some of the new HUD elements that we have, also known as Elements, apparently.
Yep. So we're calling the quick stats, and the idea kind of came from just playing and realizing that most players didn't have time to look down at the health, ammo, and armor in the corner of the screen. So we just wanted to move them closer to your
Little bit of
crosshair
UX
so that you
testing
can
there?
kind of. Yeah, we did one eye tracking, but it wasn't very scientific. It was just kind of very biased. But so we just decided to put them closer to the screen if that would make it easier or harder to see, if it would be distracting. And so far, it really doesn't get in your way when playing. I don't think any of us have really had much trouble with it being on our screen like that, but it'd be interesting to get feedback on that.
When I was first told that it was on there, I was like, oh, that's going to be annoying.
Yeah.
And then when I played, I didn't notice it other than I used it.
Yep.
So it doesn't-
Yeah,
it
you didn't
doesn't
notice
bother
it
you, it
until
doesn't
you
get in the
should
way.
be noticing it, which is when you're low health or low ammo or something. And I can show that. If you'll notice, when I get low health, a red bar will flash on the top of the red, or on top of the health icon, so that you get a
Little
kind of a
visual.
notification that, hey, you're low health, you should get some
There it
help.
is.
And it'll get bigger the lower health you get. Just to kind of give you a better idea of when you're low, and you can see that out of the corner of your eye. So you don't have to actually look at it to know you're low in health, but you can just
Yep, you can see
just
that
notice
once
it
you
when
see
you're
the
playing.
red, you know.
Yep. And the same thing happens for ammo too. So when you get down to a certain point, it'll start going red. Oops, shouldn't have picked that up. And any second, maybe you turn that off. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, you should turn it up for people like me.
Yeah. So
Because through a lot of
when you get down
ammo.
past a certain point, it'll start turning red, and you can, as you fire, it gets more red and all that kind of stuff. So.
So it's been super helpful for me because I don't look at that stuff a lot, and I'll be caught in a fight and I have like nothing left, and the enforcer
Yeah.
comes out, which
Yep.
for me is instant death. So it's been actually a real help.
Actually, on top of that, and also curious about feedback on it, one of the other things we added to help you know when you have low ammo is there's a click on your last 2 or 3 shots that an audible click. So
Yep.
that helps a little bit with that if you're paying attention to that.
Yep, and we also we have it customizable too, so you can move the HUD kind of in the corner or around an arc, and you can also change how far away from the crosshair it is, so you can kind of move it to where you want it to be, and it doesn't really get in your way. So that'll be really cool to see what people use and where they place it.
Are we
and
able
kind
to
of
track
stuff.
that? I would like to see that too. That'd be cool to see.
yeah.
I
I'm
actually
not
love
sure,
for
yeah.
that's I think a great area for people to give feedback on whether
Yep.
they like it closer or further. I mean, it feels like where we have it now is close enough to your crosshair you don't have to move very far, but it doesn't get in your way of combat. It's far enough down so that generally if you're fighting somebody, it's going to be in the ground. Like it never obscures any part of
Yep.
of anybody you're engaged with.
Yep.
Oh,
And
you're good.
It's hard on this computer.
so for the shield,
Chad already made that joke.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yep.
so for the shield, when you pick up armor and when you pick up the shield belt, it works for everything.
I don't think it works on armor because a lot of the time you'll run around with zero armor, so you don't want it like flashing red all the time. But
it shows
you
the
know,
amounts that
yes,
you have.
yep. And it's just a way of getting like the super critical game information as close
Yeah.
to where you're looking at all times, so you can actually see if you're low on health or low on ammo. Because we just noticed that was kind of a big issue that was happening a lot of the time.
And there's other things that actually this morning, so we won't make it into this build, but we're going to experiment with adding, like we actually have a you have the flag indicator right there too, so you never have the situation where you're running around. That happened to me a couple days ago in a playtest.
Yeah. And we
I
have,
grabbed the flag, and I'm not very good, but I went on a killing spree. I was trying to clear the way for the flag here. I didn't realize that I had jumped onto the flag because I didn't see it. I backed into it, and so I was like because everybody I think was assuming I was going to move towards the flag base, and so they were engaging me, were engaging me assuming that, and so I was doing great, and then finally I died, and the flag carrier never showed up because it was me. That was kind of, so.
RPG Wizard said that he loves the lighting on this map. I do too. That was
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going for a very thick atmosphere, something very dense. A bit different than normal.
Ah.
Oh, better next time. Oh, there we go.
Beautiful.
there we go. Yep.
Like the particles in here too. They're very cool.
So.
There were sounds coming from the map before, and then Shelly was sitting here trying to figure out where the noises were coming from. So you have some cool sounds in here too.
Yes, if anybody thinks it's the mic clipping, it's not. It's inside the level. and I
Yes,
think
it's not the mic's clipping, guys. It's the level.
Oops.
Don't put ticka sounds in the levels, guys.
All right.
So as we said, this map will actually be in the build tomorrow, so we hope everybody checks it out and has a little fun with it.
Yes.
And then I guess we're going to talk about something else as well.
We are going to talk about. Let's see. What shall we talk about? So, of course, what they can see that there are 2 map reveals coming. Of the absolute fan favorite, the competitive guys are playing it all the time. We have a level that we have meshed out. Can we show the concept for the first concept? So here's the first concept. Yeah, this is a beautiful level. I don't know if people can tell from the image, but this is DM Tuba. And this is your paint over, Tuba?
Yep. I painted it over after they kind of meshed it out a little bit, and then I painted it over and just give some more texture and different layers to it, so it kind of spiced it up a little bit.
And this is the next step. So we have this image here. So it has kind of like a cove-ish, cavey type thing, which I always envisioned Tuba to be. And a lot of people said that this would be really good for like a cove or a cave or something like that. And so let's take a look. Ta-da! So here is one of the overview images. So this level this is Sydney's level. He created it, and he and Anton, is that who's working on it? Anton is working on it, and you'll see a lot of meshes from some of the other levels in there, and it's really amazing. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. It plays super well. It's been a lot of fun. It hasn't. The visuals haven't really detracted at all from the gameplay, and I think this is going to really be a favorite.
Yeah. So the other thing about I think Tuba is both. I mean, it's a well balanced map, but it's also a very simple layout that's really easy for new players to grok, and so that was really part of our motivation too. Is this level we've been using as a tutorial level? It's a good introduction to how to move around a map and and all the different weapons and power-ups without being too complex, but a little bit more interesting than something like Morbius. So it's a really nice level that and it plays really well too. I mean, it's a great map for dueling or for showdown. So yeah, we're really excited about it. And it turned out it's I don't think actually these screenshots do it justice.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
No, seriously. I mean, they're great and they look awesome. But the level itself is completely beautiful. Are we still going to call it Tuba?
And definitely probably a different name would work better. So and I guess we're going to try to come up with.
Well, Tuba's awesome. Tuba's an awesome name, but you sent out an email saying, or somebody sent out an email saying, what should we call this? And as soon as I saw it, I thought it looked like, something from Nolly or something like that. So I said Nolly Cove or something like that, and everybody gave their ideas of what they wanted. But I don't know, maybe we should have a contest or something.
I think
and
we should definitely get community involved in helping us come up with a name.
come up
I
with
think
a
we can
name.
get
Yeah,
some lot of good
absolutely.
ideas, so.
It looks, to me, it looks a lot like old school, not just, Unreal Tournament, old school Unreal. I mean, it's beautiful, and he just really captured what, Unreal Tournament is about. So yeah, that's a good idea. We'll get the community to give us a hand.
I think one of the other things, and also not really something you can get from the screenshots, but I thought one of the things that really turned out well and was I think player visibility on this map. Like this is the first time we play tested this map fully meshed. Player visibility was really good. Like it's the first time we played a map, and even from the very beginning, like even before we started trying to address those kinds of issues, it was already in great shape. So I think something we're starting to figure out, and certainly, I think that's really cool that we can get a map that looks this good, and and we're starting to figure out the tricks and the trade-offs we have to make to really make sure characters are visible. So.
Awesome. So when can people play this? We all look at each other.
Well, it's not in
Not
tomorrow's
this,
build.
yeah.
So it's not complete yet, but we're making progress, and it's something we'll be talking about more in the next stream. And so
Okay,
so
excellent.
Yeah.
So take a look at the screenshots, get your brains going. Try to think of some TM Ferns. Okay, we're done here. But yeah, try to think of some good names for this one, and we'll gather some together that we find, and maybe have a vote on what's the best one. So. As if that isn't enough, make sure next week you take a look at Zacubus' stream. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but go back and take a look at what the mods that Frostbite was working on, because they're so much fun, and freeze tag is always a blast, and they had a good time playing last week. Give him feedback. There's a forum post about freeze tag. Make sure you go and give feedback, play it, and have fun with it, because it's really awesome. And I have absolutely no idea what's going to be on the engine stream tomorrow, but we're doing a lot of VR stuff.
Game Jam results.
Oh,
Game Jam results.
Game Jam results. Okay, that's
Definitely
always
want to
fun.
check that out.
Okay, so yeah, make sure you watch that. Alex should be here, and perhaps Chance will be here. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Hopefully, we'll have some more news about Tuba then, or
Yep.
Nolly Cave.
EM Cave.
All right, everybody, take care. It was nice to be with you again,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you soon.